Hang on a second. Okay. Hi, I'm Terry Green with BizEase Support Solutions, and this is our very first BizEase Blab. My guest today is Teresa Scholes. We're going to be talking about e-commerce and email marketing solutions. Just a little bit about Teresa, and I'm going to be reading, so my eyes will be away. Teresa Scholes is the owner of Click Virtual Assistants and specializes in e-commerce, building membership sites and internet marketing strategies, and implementation for the online business owner. A firm believer in matching the right actions to realistic goals, Teresa helps time-strapped entrepreneurs use the web to raise their profile and boost profits. Teresa resides in Victoria, BC, Canada, with her 3 teenage children and her husband. And as I mentioned to a couple of people, you're still the only 2 out there. This is my first BizEase Blab, so I hope you'll bear with me. And just a couple of housekeeping things to start with. If you have a question, please put a / followed by a Q and your question in the chat box, and then we'll see that question. And when we just open seats, if you want to join in, please post a question asking to join in. And I'm going to go with a strict no trolling policy. Profanity, sexual innuendos, anything like that, you're going to be automatically booted. And if you simply disrupt or spam, you'll be warned. Second time, you're booted. So that's really all of the housekeeping. So, Teresa, we're going to talk about e-commerce and email marketing systems. So we will start with the top of the barrel, which would be InfusionSoft. So what do you think about InfusionSoft? Do you use it with your clients? What are the benefits or the pros and cons?
I do use it with some clients, and some clients use InfusionSoft just basically, like this one I use it for. She's got a couple of campaigns set up, but really all we do right now is strictly sort of, I do the newsletter and send it out through various lists in there, and that's all. I think she's building up to it and going to probably have more campaigns down the road, more products, but at this point it's pretty basic. Now others, there's amazing campaign builder in InfusionSoft, and you can do a ton with that to segment the market, to really watch your stats and what people are seeing, to build your order forms to sell online. They've got a new merchant account in InfusionSoft that currently is very good as well. So it's a huge topic, just InfusionSoft. But I think the other thing is that Entreport, which is a competitor of InfusionSoft, is really coming on strong lately too. They've upgraded. They've got some amazing landing pages in there. They've got some real interesting components in there as well. So I think InfusionSoft used to sort of be the be-all and end-all, but there's definitely more coming online, like Entreport. You've used it as well too, right?
So how do you? Yes, I used InfusionSoft a long time ago when it was a whole lot easier to use. Since I started a team, I would have my team members do the InfusionSoft work. So I got a little rusty with it, and it's really too hard. They have so many changes all the time that it's really difficult to keep up to date enough that, if it's not something you do on a regular basis, to keep things up. How do you find Entreport by price in comparison to InfusionSoft? Because InfusionSoft is expensive.
It is, but it's amazing if you, I know a client that, did a deal with InfusionSoft, so you can kind of, work in there, and if you can talk to one of their sales reps, it's amazing how you can kind of bring down the price sometimes. So I think the posted prices, you can take it with a grain of salt.
Isn't it still $300 a month though?
I haven't looked at the price lately, and Entreport is a little bit cheaper, I believe. I haven't got the prices right off the top of my head. But again, you can get different levels as well. So I think Entreport is still a little bit cheaper.
Because I find I find myself, sorry, Infusionsoft, talking more prospects and clients out of using it than I do really recommending
Yeah.
for their personal business, because most of them really aren't in a position to use it to its full capacity. And if you're not going to use it to its full capacity, it's really a waste of your money. I've seen too many clients who have jumped on the Infusionsoft bandwagon after a big event, because when it's a really big event, they always have Infusionsoft come and talk, and then it's buy, you got to get it now, you'll miss out on the big deal, and they get sucked into it, and then they come back from their event and they realize what a chore it is to move everything over, what a huge learning curve it is, it's so expensive, and they end up dumping it anyway. So the other one that I typically recommend is One Shopping Cart, because One Shopping Cart has, they don't have the CRM part, they don't have the capability of keeping track of call notes and information like that. But as far as the pipeline and everything else goes, you may not be able to focus people and direct them down a crooked pipeline. So it's okay, they go here, they get this, they don't say no here, they go here, that type of thing. But One Shopping Cart has a really good, their shopping cart is great. Their autoresponder package is great. I used it for years and years.
It's been around for years, and we've been using it since 2006 or so. I think it was the very first cart I wrote, because it was out there. Infusionsoft was sort of out there, but One Shopping Cart was sort of, people were looking for One Shopping Cart help. So it was the first one I learned and still use just today. So had to set up a couple products, set up a couple autoresponders in there, connect those to the sales page. It's not changed a lot. They've upgraded a bit. They now have tags, which is kind of neat in there, so you can tag. They upgraded their actual opt-in forms, which is nice. So it's got you more flexibility.
They've added new integrations.
So they've not done a lot with it, but it's still solid, and it still works. I've got customers who have been on it 10 plus years, and it still integrates well with their merchant account or PayPal. Now PayPal's a little different when it comes to the shopping cart, because you can't do refunds within PayPal, because PayPal doesn't allow that integration. But you can still go in if you have a merchant account and One Shopping Cart and refund from within there. You can do everything you need. You just haven't got a campaign structure. You haven't got a lot of segmentation that you can in Infusionsoft or Entreport. But you don't need that. One client I'm thinking about, she doesn't necessarily need that. She really just needs autoresponders, broadcasting for a newsletter, and the cart functionality. And I talked to her about possibly upgrading, but we thought it's not worth it. She gets what she wants from from One Shopping.
One thing you can't do is you can't have more than one currency, because I know one of our clients has U.S. clients and Canadian clients. So she had to switch from One Shopping Cart to Infusionsoft, because that was the only one that she could find that handled both currencies. And I think it's the same thing with shipping as well. One thing that I don't like that they did with One Shopping Cart, and which is why I always recommend direct pay. I think they're direct pay now. They were Practice Pay Solutions. Is because One Shopping Cart, and correct me if I'm wrong, they've got it set up now so that you have to have the store. You don't have to have the store still. They do have the store. No, they do have the store option. I asked support if you had to have the store, or if you could still buy the old packages with the, just the shopping cart. Or just the autoresponder package, which is what I have. And they said no.
Really? Did you talk? Really? Because I still go into the.
So that's what I've been telling everybody.
I wonder if you can still get it like through the resellers, right? If you go right to One Shop Pay. So Practice Pay. I think
that's where I continue to recommend them.
But
plus their customer service is so much better. Neil does an excellent job with that. I mean, he's really great.
Yeah. The ones I've still work in still do not have the store because
Right.
and maybe it's because they've been around so long that that's not part of it.
Yeah, you were grandfathered in.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the store. I
None of my
tried
clients
one.
use it. It doesn't work for their type of business.
Didn't work it very well. So I thought they had the ability to have both. I should ask them about that.
Yeah, ask them, because when I asked support, they said no.
Interesting.
So I've been telling everybody,
Yeah.
you know, if I'm wrong, then it's their fault for telling me no, you couldn't.
Yeah.
You know, because
check that out because I played with it once and it was like, yeah, this is not user friendly and it doesn't look that great either. So
yeah, and it doesn't really work if you just want to have a link behind your own pretty buy now button.
Correct.
You know, or something like that. So it just doesn't work.
Correct. Exactly.
What are some of the other combination? The shopping cart, email marketing packages. Are there any out there that you recommend?
Well, I like plugins these days. It's amazing the plugins that are available now. And it's good for people that are just starting out who don't want to pay even for one shopping cart, don't need a big list. They might have MailChimp or Aweber or something like that. They're just starting out. They want to sell a couple of products. There's some great plugins like WooCommerce is really very easy to work with. You have to add another plugin for MailChimp, but that's okay, and then they connect together. And it creates nice looking checkout pages, and all your data then comes into your website. And you can still send out, connect it to MailChimp, which will send out an autoresponder. You can actually connect it if you've got a membership site too. Wishlist now connects to Aweber or MailChimp, which then connects to eCommerce or WP Store. And so it's nice that they're all kind of integrating themselves, but it's a great way to start out with these things like WooCommerce. WP Store is one we've used before. I think we've used that, and it's simple, but it's still like $49 to buy WP Store.
And is that a one-time charge?
That's a one-time charge. No, WooCommerce is actually free. You can upgrade a little bit more down the way if you want, but out of the box, WooCommerce will work as well. There's another one actually called WP eCommerce too, which I haven't actually played with, but was looking at, and it looks pretty neat. Right now, I'm doing more work with WooCommerce and playing with that, and watching how it integrates and setting that up for
Well, for email marketing, I use, like I said, one shopping cart forever. I don't really need a shopping cart per se because I don't have any products and I bill my clients, I charge their credit card. So all I needed was the autoresponder package.
Right.
And everybody kept telling me how great MailChimp was. And I kept getting ticked off at one shopping cart because one thing wouldn't work. And it got to the point where when I'd send out my newsletter, there would be no errors in the actual copy. But when it would come through as an email, there would be a space in one word, and it would look like, you know, an extra space, but it was just a glitch, and I was getting really irritated, so I sucked up, and I tried MailChimp, and this too was after I was looking at pop-ups for my website. Right. And the ones I wanted to use did not integrate with one shopping cart.
Yeah, not a lot.
No, and which to me is not a smart move on their part. Yeah. But I tried MailChimp, and oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah. You know, I know a lot of people look at it as, you know, MailChimp. Yes. You know, that's a pretty silly name, and it's free, or with the I had the paid version. Now I don't have a huge list, so it's not, you know, it's not big. Right. But to get the autoresponders, to get the automation, I paid $10 a month.
Is that what you paid? So you paid, and how many autoresponders does that give you for $10 a month?
As many as I want.
Is that right? Unlimited?
Yeah. Yes, unlimited. And it's so easy. I mean, once you get your template in there, it truly is plug and play. I don't have to mess with HTML anymore, and you don't know how much that thrills me. Yeah. So I found that it's just really easy. And the thing is, I've noticed it integrates with almost
A
everything.
lot of things.
It integrates with, I use a pop-up called Fat Cat Opt-in,
Yes.
which I love. That integrates with MailChimp. MailChimp integrates with Hootsuite. So you can look at all of your
Really?
reports and all of that either on your main Hootsuite account or on the mobile app. And it just, it integrates with everything.
Nice.
Which is kind of interesting. I was really hoping Jennifer Bourne from I think it's Bourne Creative Solutions, would be on today, because she tried something. She had an alternative to InfusionSoft because she said she was having a lot of deliverability problems. And so she uses MailChimp.
Right.
What did I say it was the other day? Agile CRM.
Yes.
And then Zapier.
Right.
To push stuff back and forth.
Right.
And then I think she says she uses WooCommerce.
Nice.
You know, so she knocked a $299 a month charge
Bill.
down to, I think she said $80.
Probably, yeah.
And it sounds like a lot of moving pieces, but I don't think it really is, because you've got MailChimp, which is super easy. And if she's using Agile CRM, she may not even need the automation part of MailChimp, because that might be handled through Agile.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then Zapier just ties it all together.
Bonnie just mentioned Agile is a good CRM, good for most folks. So I'll have to check that one out, because we haven't looked at Agile yet. Yeah. And Thrive Themes has good pushings for landing pages, often forms integration with common mail servers like MailChimp and Aweber. Thrive. Yes. There's some good theme companies out there that really work well too. And WooCommerce is made by, are they made by iThemes? They just got sold, actually.
I'm not
I
sure.
can't remember, but yeah.
Does Bonnie maybe wanna hop on and tell us a little about Agile CRM?
Hop on if you want, Bonnie. Okay. But yes, MailChimp, I was going to mention Aweber too, because we were talking briefly about Aweber as well, that I think, you know, they've been around a while too, and they were having competition, and now they've opened a whole new beta campaign in their platform there. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us about Agile. Is it Agile?
Yeah.
Agile
CRM.
Yeah.
Right. So it actually has a free version, which I like, or it's at least a 30 or 60 day.
I think it's up to two users.
Yeah, probably is.
I think that's what I read.
Okay.
So, so I've tried it, and I like something that's fairly easy to use. InfusionSoft and those expensive products are great if you're going to use $300 worth of service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's, I like that you were saying earlier that most people use it like a simple, they're using not even 10% of it. So Agile is just really, really easy to use. I was able to import most of the information that I had. So, and I was able to set up some filters and some add-ons. And so I was using it for myself, and I've convinced one of my clients to actually to use it. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Nice.
It integrates nicely with social media, which is something that not all CRMs do. And I'm a great believer in taking simple products like that and then putting them together so that you have a good suite of products. So
I agree.
I'm really enthusiastic about Thrive Themes. I've been using them for ages. I think probably almost 2 years. And they have a strong background in e-commerce and email marketing. So they have landing pages templates that save you an awful lot of time.
Yeah.
So the template's already set up. You just plug in some information, plug in whatever content you want. And I like MailChimp. I have one client that was using Aweber. I found it a bit clunky. I hadn't used it for a while.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
getting better. I've been playing with it more.
Oh, never have.
I have to play with it now, and I found it. You just kind of gotta get used. But the new beta campaign builder is simple, drop and drag and drop, and it's really nice, easy, and it'll set up a whole campaign to send out the emails based on 7 days, 1 day, 3 day, and they have tags. So now what you can do is you can go in, create a campaign in there, tag the people you want, and that starts the campaign because I put a rule in there saying, hey, so that's kind of cool.
Nice.
But have they changed? You used to only be able to have one, was it the opt-in?
One opt-in form? No, you can create many lists. You can make an opt-in per list.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can do as many as you want. I know
I never got into Aweber or iContact, or maybe I'm thinking of iContact, or Constant Contact, or any of those. And I think it was more of a mind block with me. I just didn't want to.
I hear you.
I had it in my head that I didn't want to mess with it, so I was not very open-minded.
GetResponse is the one that people are kind of asking about now, which I haven't actually worked in yet. Bonnie, have you worked with that at all? I don't think
just a little bit. It's.
Do you like it?
It is so different than what I'm used to.
That's my understanding.
It's probably a good product. It's so different. Yeah. So you tend to fight it for that reason.
Excuse me. But when you know you've got MailChimp you can go to, then you think.
See, I like MailChimp. I always have.
What's so cool to me about MailChimp, other than the fact that they sent me socks. So I've got my red MailChimp socks. I never wear socks.
Well, you should put them on next time. Hold them up.
Yeah. So, but I love it that they have that social. It's a social integration. I think it's $1 a month, and it pulls in all the social information to your list. So you can go to say you're on my list, Teresa. I can go to you on my list, pull it up, and it'll show me all your social information. It'll show me your Facebook information, your Twitter information, all of that. Yeah. So you've got that component.
Agile
it integrates with.
Agile do that too.
I don't know of anything that it really doesn't integrate.
No,
a client was just
does.
Agile do that too.
Not out of the box, but it's easy to configure.
A client was just asking me this morning about MailChimp and Zapier and Facebook ads. So and MailChimp. So that'll be the next thing I'll have to look at.
You can integrate that.
You can do that. Yeah. You can.
Zapier is great. It adds as you know, it takes 2 or 3 different services and sets up filters and rules. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's just what is it? IFTTT or
IFTTT?
If this and that on steroids.
It is absolutely.
Yeah. Now I have a question about Thrive themes. There is a Thrive landing page plugin.
Well, it's a Thrive content builder. The product is called Content Builder.
Okay.
So what it does is it.
But you can have that even if you use like a Genesis theme and not a Thrive theme.
You don't need a Thrive theme.
You
can put them. I put them in.
That was my question.
So I normally use Woo themes, Thrive themes. Those are the 2 that I use these days. But also just whatever free ones are out of the box. Genesis, yeah.
Studio Press. Yeah, we like Studio Press.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
do I have one? Yes, I have one. I've used it with Genesis too. One of my clients had a site that somebody else set up with Genesis. So, yeah, the Thrive Content Builder works well with most themes, and the landing pages are built in, and opt-ins. So you can have regular opt-ins. You can have ones that popovers, whatever kind of opt-in you would want.
Yeah.
So that must be a paid plugin.
That's what Fat
It's
Cat
paid.
opt-in does.
It's paid, right? Yeah.
I think it's a reasonable.
Fat Cat is
excuse me.
Does the same thing?
A reasonable cost. Well, Fat Cat, I think it's about $60 for the plugin, and it will do the. You can do the pop-ups, the exit pop-ups, the sidebar widgets. I've got little opt-in forms where I use a short code and add them at the bottom of at the bottom of my blog post. So I've got one that will sign that connects with my MailChimp list for my newsletter. Then I've got one that connects to my blog sign up for people who want to subscribe to the blog. Just all different kinds of options, and it really works. What I really like is it shows me the traffic, and it shows me the opt-ins, and I'm able to see a little bit more how little activity I'm getting. It's kind of like the Fitbit. It shows you what you're not doing.
Yeah. Well,
which, I guess that is good.
I'm going to look at that because I hadn't heard
it. Cute.
But
that doesn't tell you how many steps you have got in today.
Fat Cat opt-in.
Okay, I'll check that. That's a paid one.
Exactly.
You said about $60.
Well, are there
good price?
That's cute.
Yeah, I think it's about 60. There's a few different versions. There's a personal one. There's another one, and then there's business. And I think I've got the business one. I didn't get they had one that was really expensive, and that was to be able to have the pop-ups, that kind of float down on your page and then stop.
Yeah.
I didn't think the cost was worth just, having it float down on the page. So that didn't really work.
Right.
Yeah. Good.
So can you think of anything we haven't covered, Bonnie, or does anybody else, have any questions or anything they want to add? Because we've been 30 minutes.
It's been 30 minutes we've blabbed so far. Look at that.
There was lots of good information. And thank you.
Thanks for popping in, Bonnie.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Good to meet you.
We'll talk later.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
What's your next lab going to be there, Terry? What's on the agenda for the next one?
Well, it will be a one of two things. It will, and I haven't got it narrowed down yet because I have to make sure when, because I don't want to do them by myself. It's no fun doing them by yourself. You're just kind of talking to the computer, which is why I prefer Blab over Periscope and all the other ones.
True.
Two of them. One of them is one of our clients, who is a speaker coach, is going to come on and talk to me about what speakers need to have on their websites.
Right.
What makes a good speaker website. And she even does, I don't know if she does it every year, but I know she's done it at least twice. She's had a contest.
Yes.
For the best speaker website. So she really knows her stuff about speakers anyway.
Right.
But she knows what it takes for a website. And then one of the other ones is Darlene, one of our team members, is going to come on and we're going to talk about podcasting.
Nice.
About why it's good for your business,
yes.
The ins and outs and whys. There's somebody else I might invite to be on too because he's a coach and podcasting is his specialty.
Nice.
But I also want to cover, since she's the one that handles our podcast, I also want to cover, how a virtual assistant can what they can do to help you with their podcast.
Absolutely.
How they can get it on iTunes and the different places and the different things that they can do. So I thought those would be two good ones. And I'm going to shoot for maybe one a month.
Perfect.
I'm not going to try and do, once a week or even once every 2 weeks. I want to, I want to make sure it's good content. I want to see if anybody is even interested, in hearing any of this stuff.
Good.
So,
that'll be great.
It was fun.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, I'm so glad you could be on here with me. Take the pressure off, but I have a feeling that
Thanks,
Bonnie and Monty are the only two. So I didn't have to boot anybody. I didn't have to ban anybody. So that was a plus.
That's good. That's a plus.
And it was
good.
So I think this is pretty cool. And I think 30 minutes is probably
good.
More than enough time.
Absolutely.
So
okay.
I don't know how to finish one of these things out. I guess
ciao.
Yeah, ciao. Thanks for joining us, and
bye, Bonnie.
Stay tuned for the next BizEase Blab.
I love that.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thanks, Gary.
Blab.
Yeah,
bye.
Great. Bye.